The bread enters the mouth at the oral cavity while the salivary glands keep the mouth and other parts of the digestive system moist. At the same time, the tongue helps to move food around in the mouth. The bread then enters and becomes a bolus because it is a rounded mass of a substance. The hard palate helps to chew the food, while the soft palate helps press down for swallowing. The bread is being mechanically broken down into smaller pieces while the saliva degrades the food through chemical digestion. The epiglottis separates the esophagus from the trachea, so the bread pieces go down the right pipe. The peristaltic movement also helps muscle contraction and functions in the esophagus by helping push food to it. The stomach breaks down the bread after feeding, and it also extracts the necessary nutrients to the body. And yes, some of the digestion of food occurs within the esophagus. Chyme is a pulpy, acidic fluid that is made from digestive bread, along with other foods, enzymes, and gastric juices. The stomach decontaminates the bread because of all the acids which help break down food matter and kill bacteria. These enzymes and acids are made up of parietal cells. While the bread is being digested, you may be wondering why the gastric juices don't just digest the stomach. Well, the answer is that the stomach is made to be strong enough to handle those gastric juices with special chemicals within the stomach. The gastric acid is an example of chemical digestion within the stomach. Also, a type of physical digestion within the stomach would include churning. The bread then goes into the sphincters. Next, the duodenum receives partly digested bread, acid, and bile. The bile and pancreatic enzymes enter the small intestine through the duodenum, while the jejunum and ileum break down the bread fully. The pH in the stomach is 6, and it is maintained through bicarbonate ions. Food moves through the intestines in this order: the duodenum, jejunum, ileum, cecum, colon, and then the rectum. Within the small intestine, there are 3 different types of enzymes. The first one is amylase, which acts on starch and breaks it down into smaller carbohydrate molecules. Protease acts on proteins and breaks them down into amino acids. And last but not least, lipase breaks down dietary fats into smaller molecules called fatty acids and glycerol. Going back to the cecum, colon, and rectum, which are the 3 sections of the large intestine, which absorbs water and salts along with storing waste material until it is thrown out of the body. The cecum takes a digested liquid from the ileum and passes it onto the colon. The colon is the principal place for water reabsorption and absorbs salts when needed, and the rectum is where leftover waste sits until it is ready to be released out of the body. As I said before, the large intestine helps the body to digest and remove water from the remains of food, including feces, after which it will go through the rectum. The pancreas is about 6 inches long and is located in the abdomen along the liver. It releases insulin due to high blood sugar levels. The pancreas has an endocrine function and an exocrine function. Enzymes are secreted by the pancreas and are sent to the small intestine for further breakdown of the bread. These enzymes help to break down fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. The pancreas connects the rest of the digestive system through the small intestine and the duodenum. The liver also helps in absorbing the nutrients from the bread. It absorbs it from the small intestine. The liver is an organ that secretes hormones and chemicals due to it producing bile. It detoxifies blood from harmful substances, stores simple sugar glucose, breaks down hemoglobin, destroys old red blood cells, and converts stored sugar into usable sugar when the body's glucose levels falls below normal. The gallbladder is related to it because of the structure and the location in which the